Hello. Well, today, in case you can't tell, I'm going to be freezing some sweet corn. We used to grow sweet corn, but I don't know if it's because they made the varieties so sweet, but we couldn't stay ahead of the raccoons. So we would have friends that would raise corn, and we would get some from them. Or you can go to a farmer's market. I imagine you could get a good deal on a bushel. So what I did was I went to the store and bought it. This is 1 dozen ears of corn, and that's what I'm going to do today. And this is something that couldn't be easier. It literally is easy. There's a pan over here with water in it. I'm going to use that to blanch the corn. You blanch the corn, which is putting it in boiling water for 2 minutes to stop it from growing, that the enzymes doesn't keep growing. Then you use another pot and put ice in it to stop the cooking process. You want to halt it from cooking. You'll finish that off when you make it. And here's the corn. We're going to get to shucking this. Yes, that's what you call it, shucking corn. Let's get going. Oh, by the way, I want to show you. Also, I'm going to use pint freezer bags today because, well, we'll use this fast enough. I don't need to vacuum seal this, so I'm going to use some pint freezer bags. Let's get to work. There are a few more things you're going to need for this, and that is a nice knife and a cutting board. Anyway, this one I used to like a lot, but I've gotten so much arthritis in my hands that I can't really grab it really good. So I love this size now because it fits in my hand better. I'm kind of a nut about knives. Martin knows that. Anyway, so you need a knife and a cutting board. So now I'm going to start shucking the corn. That's what it's called, is shucking the corn, when you take off the husk and the silks. I used to do this so much. So you know how to do this. You just take it off. I just put it all in the sink. I'll tend to the silks in a bit. I'll put them right here for now. Now, when I was a kid, see, this is the husk, and this is the silk. See those little silky things? When I was a kid, we had to shell corn, and that was corn that the farmers raised for the cattle, for cereals, for all sorts of things. Anyway, we fed it to, I can't remember what critters we fed it to, but you had to take the ear, and they're hard. That when field corn is ripe, it's hard, and you had to do this to get each kernel off, and oh man, your finger would get so sore the first time you did it that season. And I started that job when I was about 7. I know what child welfare would say now, but it taught me good work ethic, and it made me feel like I was part of the family in the process of raising these things. But see how nice and big those kernels are? This is the kind that Martin likes, a more mature ear of corn. Let me get this done. I put all the husks and silks in here. Martin will take this out to a spot in the yard where he wants to amend the soil, and he will bury it. We do a lot of composting, and he buries our garbage to change the soil. There, I have a good boil. Now, I want to give you a tip here. You want the water to come back to a boil after you put the corn in there. So sometimes if you just slide it in, it won't lose its boil. And you won't have to wait for it to come to a boil again, and that's doing good there. Yeah, I think I'll do 2. And I'm going to set I'll set the timer for 2 minutes now. Now, as we stand here and watch water boil, one year I remember Martin and we got out 2 picnic tables. I had one as a station and he had the other. He had a camp stove on his, and he would do this, and then he had the ice water nearby, and he would put it in there, and I was at the other picnic table, and I would do the other job of cutting it off the ears. We did in 1 hour, I cannot even tell you, maybe 5 bushels of corn, I don't know. He shucked it ahead of time, so that wasn't part of the 1 hour, but it was unbelievable. We had a garden hose out there to hose everything off every once in a while. Oh, it was a hoot. We had a lot of corn. Well, that's been 2 minutes. So I've put ice in this other one, and I'm going to put that in there. Why? To stop the cooking process. There we go. So then I'm going back over here. Oh, let's turn that off. I'm going back over here. I'm going to add another couple ears. Remember, if you do it slowly, you don't lose that boil. I might even go wild and do 3. They're in and we're good. Here goes 2 more minutes. Remember, this is to stop the growing process The ice water is to stop the cooking. You're going to cut off the kernels. You just do this. Boy, I can be very fast at this. And I always did this, get any of that juice out of that cob that I can. Okay, I'm probably going to be picking up speed here now. There! 2 down, 10 to go. That easy though, it is that easy. Now I'm going to put this into here, ready for the next batch, which is almost done. Here we go some more. If you have a bad spot, don't cut that off. Now, I like my vegetables raw. So if I'm going to have corn, this is when I like it, when it's only half cooked. It is so tasty. Try it. Some for the cook. So remember, you boil the corn for 2 minutes. That's called blanching. Take it out. Put it in some ice water. Let it cool. And that makes it stop cooking. And then you cut it off the cob. That's how easy it is. This is 12 ears of corn. I will measure out how much I have here when I bag it up. And I love using these cutting boards. They're so flexible. I could cut the corn and then just put it in there. Anyway, and it's quite messy. They call it sweet corn because it is so sweet. This will all be sticky if I don't get it wiped off pretty soon. Let's get this bagged up. Well, I got 10 bags of sweet corn. There's a cup in each bag. So 12 ears, I got 10 bags. Now, I would think this would be a good thing. Have your kids do this. They need to know where their food comes from. Just go get some corn from the store and give it a try. Remember, boiling water, 2 minutes. Ice water till it cools off. Cut it off the cob, bag it up. That is really about it. Try giving this a whirl, and if you live in the country, it's best to shuck the corn outside and you don't make such a mess inside. Give it a try. Let me know how it turns out. That's it for today from Vonnie's Kitchen. Bye-bye.